Yes, Anomaly Custom is absolutely worth the hype. You can stop watching the video right now and go try it. There's actually a full install guide at the end of the video, so maybe check that out first before leaving, but yeah, that's it pretty much. More seriously, I was taking a small break from Stalker. I think I've been playing too many mods, made too many videos, I was kind of burning out, and I wanted to save all my energy for the release of Stalker 2. But recently I got a ton of comments about Anomaly Custom, how I should cover it on the channel. Some of you wild boys out there, you know who you are, even went as far as sending me emails telling me to check it out. So fine, you win. There's a ton of hype around this mod for some reason, and with Stalker 2 being delayed again, I guess it's time to come back and try this out. When I first read about the mod, it immediately made me think of Expedition, another great project I covered in the past, because the premise is pretty much the same. A complete graphics overhaul of Stalker Anomaly, and a lot of quality of life add-ons added on top of it, with some fine-tuning and little gameplay changes, but overall the experience is designed to be very close to vanilla Anomaly in terms of game mechanics, just in a better looking, improved package. And after digging a bit more, it is based on Expedition graphics, which are already amazing and some of my favorites, with even more enhancements on top of it, so yeah, it got me pretty excited from the get-go. After setting up everything, and again, you will find a full install guide at the end of the video if you want to give this mod pack a chance. All the links are in the description, a lot of the information is in Russian, the files are a bit chunky by the way, you need, yeah, around 80 gigs available for this, but don't be scared, like in the end the process is actually pretty easy. So as soon as I started the game, yeah, my jaw kinda dropped, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Not in a tacky way, not in a crank the bloom to 3000 to look cool kinda way, just natural and moody, with great lighting and overgrown vegetation everywhere. This is so good it kinda blows my mind. I covered a lot of beautiful looking Stalker mods, but I'm always amazed at what people can do on such an old game engine. You give this to a random person that never heard of Stalker, and it's impossible for them to know that it's built on an engine that's older than a lot of you gremlins out there. And it runs great from the get-go, which was even more surprising to me. I'm recording this on a mid-range laptop and I have a steady 60 FPS, most of the time. I'm too lazy to do some fine-tuning right now, but I'm sure I could get it running much better with little tweaks here and there. I only had some stuttering issues so far, actually pretty bad at times. I'm gonna look into improving this, but I mean, it's an issue that's plaguing most of the Anomaly-based mods out there. So I started in the highest difficulties as a loner in Cordon, the only right way to do it in my opinion. That was a mistake, and I'll go back to this later. But I did a couple starter missions, and as I was waiting for Fanatic to come back to base for my next mission, I just noticed the wind in the trees and the leaves flying away. Is it a new mod or something, or am I crazy? I just sat there for a while, completely forgot about Fanatic and was just, damn, this looks good. And I guess that's the type of feeling you want when you play a new mod. And it sounds amazing too. This mod pack doesn't just look good, the atmosphere and general sound design sound so immersive. I don't have any other way to put it. I think the mood at dusk, when the night is slowly falling, is my favorite. It's like coming back a bit late from a hike and thinking, okay, I need to make it home soon because it's gonna get very scary very fast out there. And early game, if you don't have a flashlight or NVGs, you better hope that it's a full moon if you have to go out at night, or you won't be able to see anything, and it still gets very, very creepy. I cannot stress enough how much I love the atmosphere in this mod pack. I wish I could check in details what add-ons they're using, because there's a lot I'm curious about, but yeah, everything is in Russian, so no. I was so tired of playing Stalker recently, and this mod hooked me right back in. The atmosphere and graphics are so good it made me happy to be back in the zone. You will quickly notice there's a new HUD, a new inventory, a bit too big in my opinion by the way, a ton of cool animations. It kinda makes me think of true Stalker in a way, in how modern everything feels, but everything is super easy to get used to. If you played Anomaly or any other mod pack for it, you won't have any problems. After the nightmare that Stalker area was, probably the mod that made me take a break from the games, having such a smooth onboarding experience with all the new mechanics and UI is really refreshing. It feels new, but still very familiar. In terms of gameplay, this mod is hard, and I absolutely love it. It's not artificial difficulty coming out of nowhere, it's not unfair, it's not crushing you just for the sake of it. You're just not a hero. You're not special, you don't have superpowers or gifts. You're just an average stalker trying to make it in the zone, and like everybody else, one single bullet in the head will kill you. The price you pay for every mistake you make is extremely high. You run into a pack of mutants because you're not paying attention, yeah, you're dead. You try to go into anomalies without protection or not taking it slow and careful, yeah, you're dead again, and very fast. This is one of the hardest mods I've played so far, but one of the most satisfying at the same time, and I think a lot of other projects out there have a bunch to learn from this. How to create an hardcore but still enjoyable experience, and Anomaly Custom absolutely nails it. I never died thinking, this is bullshit, it's always, yeah, that was dumb, what did you expect? Look at the consequences of my own actions. Every encounter feels special, like a challenge. Every single group of bandits early, you really have to think and strategize how you're gonna deal with them. And yeah, early game, the answer is generally just don't do it. I'm not even talking about after you progress more into the story. If you think you're ready to go to the Miracle Machine, for example, which is generally not that big of a challenge in other mods like Gamma or Escape from Pripyat, well, you're gonna have a big surprise. But it's so satisfying when you take the time to prepare, have a game plan, and make out of it alive. The game has all the tools for you to succeed, but it's a matter of finding them and learning how to use them correctly. There's a pretty in-depth skill system that I found really interesting, where you pick a class depending on your playstyle. It reminded me of old school Misery for the people that were there at the time. And you have different skill trees you can unlock with time and experience. A lot of them are really useful, especially with how hard the mod is, so don't miss them out. I played my first 10 hours without knowing about this, and I missed on a ton of experience. All the quality of life stuff is here, sorting inventory, making favorites, customizing your scroll wheel for quick access if you want to, there's the PDA task board of course to get missions faster and so on. The PDA task board is a bit buggy actually in this version, I hope it gets fixed soon. There's a lot of new little mechanics too, like the mutant spores giving out radiation, which makes sense actually, so you will have to plan accordingly if you want to carry them around. The weapons look like they're based on bass, but there's a lot more too. You will have a lot of cool and exciting toys to play with, and it's Anomaly, so you can buy everything directly to the trader when you have the money. You don't have to go through finding parts and repairings and stuff like this. And more importantly, they sound absolutely amazing. You pair this with the reworked movement and handling, the death animation, the dismemberment, and the gunfights have never felt more real. This is by far the mod where I've had the most intense and immersive gunfights. So, is the hype real? Yeah, I think so. I'm absolutely loving it so far. Maybe don't play in the highest difficulty straight away if you're not comfortable getting your ass kicked over and over. And remember, this is still Anomaly. You can tweak everything to make the experience a bit less painful in every way you want. A bit more rewards from missions, more base carry weight, tankier characters, things like this. There's actually a section on the Discord dedicated to that, all the right settings to soften a bit the experience if you need it. From what I've seen and experienced so far, this is gonna be my go-to mod pack when I want to play something else than Gamma. I'm not gonna bother modding my own Anomaly anymore. I'm just gonna go straight to Anomaly Custom. I'm even thinking about trying an Iron Man run of it, that's how much I'm loving it so far, but I honestly don't know if it's possible with how hard the mod is. We'll see. I'm gonna wait for a couple updates because a lot of little bugs and performance issues could be fleshed out first, and the AI can be very hit or miss at times too, but overall it's been amazing. Try it, seriously, you're not gonna regret it. Okay, let's go over the installation process. All the links are in the description. This was recorded with the patch released on August 23. Things might have changed since the release of this video, so I highly recommend you to check the Discord. That's where you will find extra links for downloading, more detailed videos if you have any issues, and so on. So you should have 3 files. The main game files, the latest patch, and a fix for the ballistics. Let's just start by extracting everything in its own folder, not to make a mess. while it's extracting, let's create a folder on the root of our main drive. It's where we're gonna install the game. That's kind of important, so don't put this folder elsewhere. When you're done extracting, we're gonna start with the main game files. Start the executable, pick the folder you just created as the place to install, and that's it. Now we wait a long time. The installation takes a while, so don't worry, it's gonna get there. When the installation is done, let me rearrange this to make things easier. So on the left, I have all the downloaded files, and on the right, the game folder where we just installed everything. In the game folder, we're gonna go until we reach the Anomaly and Mod Organizer folders. Then we're gonna go to the patch, copy these two same folders, and paste them in our game folder. You should have a prompt asking you if you want to replace files, say yes. If you don't have this prompt, you probably copied stuff in the wrong place. For the ballistics fix, you're gonna go inside your Mod Organizer folder, then grab the Custom Balance Overall folder and drop it into the Mods folder and replace the files when asked. Again, if you don't get the prompt to replace the files, it's a good sign to know you didn't copy it in the right place. After that, you're gonna launch Mod Organizer from the executable in the Mod Organizer folder. That's how you will launch the game, by the way, so you can create a shortcut for it. Here we're gonna go to create a new instance, choose the portable instance, then browse and pick the Anomaly folder that's inside your game installation folder. Do not go inside the folder, just click once to select it and that's it. After that, just next, next, next and finish. An error is gonna pop up, it's normal, and Mod Organizer will start. We're almost done. You're just gonna go back to your Anomaly folder, app data, and delete the shaders cache folder. After that, we can start the launcher. Make sure that the CPU support is ticked, prefetch sounds too, and I like shadow map at 2048. That's what I recommend in most of my FPS optimization videos, and we can start the game. To switch to English, you're gonna go here, then here, pick English, and apply here. And last, go to Settings, Visuals, Advanced, and make sure that the anti-aliasing is turned off, and the SSAO mode and quality are off also. There's a lot of fine-tuning you could do, but that's the important stuff. And now you're done, you can start a new game. Okay, enjoy.